Hi everyone, this is Beth Castellini from Lizzie Stamps, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. And today I wanted to show you a fun technique using your designer series paper so you can showcase the paper that is offered in our designer series paper. We are going to be using this, it's a bundle, and it's the Horse and Sleigh, which is an online exclusive, and you can find them on my website, but I will post it below so it's easy to get to. I have sort of pre-cut everything just so I would have it all together, but we're going to be using, I'm going to show you the stamp set. Here is the Horse and Sleigh. This is the stamp set. It is a clear photopolymer stamp set. So you have very cute, you have a tree here, and another without leaves. You've got a cute little winter rabbit, and then you've got the horse with the sleigh with people in it as well. And you have several sentiments. Wish you a season of cheer and a happy new year, sending warmth your way. These look like little snowflakes and the word joyful. And it has the dies as well, the Horse and Sleigh dies. And I'm going to show you those. Here we go. You also have some dies right here for snow. And then this die and this die can be layered with the horse, with the sleigh, which I think is really pretty. So we're really just gonna be using, I've already cut out some pieces, but we're just gonna be using this one today when I'm ready to cut out. So I'm gonna put that to the side. I've already mounted my sleigh as well as the sentiment, wishing you a season of cheer. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make 3 cards, and these cards go really quickly. I'm using Misty Moonlight, so I've cut it at 5.5 and scored it at 4 1/4. And I have 3 of those, and I've already scored them. Then I have 3 sheets of Lost Lagoon cardstock, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then from the paper pack, and I will just show you, this paper is so wonderful. A lot of the printed paper, it has a lot of scenes. So there's this scene, and then there's with this scene. You can see them all online. I don't want to go all through them, but you do get 48 sheets in this paper pack. So I think that's really great. I picked out 3 already. I'm going to move this to the side. And I've cut out 3 pieces already, and I've cut them down to 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to be doing it horizontal. So let's go ahead and get our paper trimmer. And I really do love our paper trimmer because I have my score right here, my scorer, and then I also have my blade right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my blade. What I'm going to do, there's no right or wrong to do this way. Now I've never tried it going horizontal, so this will be all new to me. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start to cut at an angle. I'm gonna make sure that I have all my pieces flush with one another. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make a cut. I really don't want to cut down to the corner. I would rather go ahead and cut a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right here. And I'm going to be going up. I find going up is easier because I'm not going against the grain of the paper, because then that way I feel like it starts to shred a little bit. And I'm going to put these to the side, and then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to go ahead again, and I'm going to move my blade back down, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this way, that I have all of my pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my layers of Lost Lagoon, and making sure that I'm going the correct way. I'm just going to start to piece these together. So here's my stack, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take each piece starting at the left, and make my layers. Okay, so there are the 3 pieces. Then I'm going to take the next one and I'm going to start over here, put that piece there. Then this one can go here. And then the last piece can go here. Okay, then the last one. Then we have the last one. And this one, I'm going to start here. So all the different designs that I'm using, there you go. So there's that one. And then we have this one. That's going to be coming together like that. And then we have the last one, which is going to be coming together like that. I'll be using Tombow glue. I do want to make all of them flush with one another, like this. But and then you will have your border. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this top piece first on the right. And the Tombow glue is helpful because if you don't have it exactly where you want it, you can move it. It gives you a few minutes before it really adheres to the card. So there you go. Then the next one, I'm going to go ahead and do this side. And I'm going to do this. And see how I'm just making it. And then the last one, I'm making, so the edge, and then the last one, I'm going to go ahead and glue. And I'm going to push it up so it's touching both other pieces. There. So there you go. All right. So that's one. So let's do this one. So here are our 3. Here are our 3 right here. I've already cut out one of the horse and sleigh, and I've already cut out a sentiment. And I used the deckled rectangle dies to cut those out. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my cardstock. The colors in the paper, I wanted something not so traditional, but I love using, Lost Lagoon, I'm just so happy that this color is back. It was retired and then they brought it back, as well as Misty Moonlight. So they're one of my favorite. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my horse and sleigh on, and I'm going to be using dimensionals. These are our regular dimensionals. We also carry mini dimensionals. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, I think that's really pretty. I love that. I really love. You can see what I did is I used my blends. I'm going to be using different blends to make the next one. But I used Misty Moonlight, and then I used Boho Blue, and I used Lost Lagoon. This one is actually one of our tone colors, and this is 300. We call it 300. But yes, these are our tone colors, and you can find them in our annual catalog. So there is that. I gave it with my Wink of Stella pen. What I did is I took my Wink of Stella pen and I used it to give it a little bit more color. And then I also used it right here on the harness of the horse. Okay. And then I used the tail and the mane, and I used Pebbled Path blend with that one. And then you have your Season of Cheer. Wish you a season of cheer. I like that too. I think I sort of want to have it right here in the middle, because I'm thinking that we can use a bow if we'd like to. I just don't want to cover this much up. We also can put it down a little bit more if we want to. Let's try that, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use dimensionals. And so then we're just going to tuck this down in through here. Wishing you a season of cheer. There we go. And if you want to, let's go ahead, just because we like a little bling. And I'm just going to use the Wink of Stella to write over the wording of season of cheer. I don't know, it's just the little things. It does make it a little bit darker, the season of cheer, but hopefully you can see the bling. Okay, so that's the first card. Now we're gonna go on to the second card. We're going to stamp. I'm going to use my foam mat. When you're using the photopolymer stamp sets, it's always good to use the foam mat to help stamp your clear photopolymer stamps. So this fits perfectly on this block. And then I'm going to use a piece of scrap basic white paper. And then I'm going to use our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. When you're using alcohol markers, which our stamping blends are alcohol based, you want to use the Memento. When you're using watercolored based, or if you're using any kind of water, you would be wanting to use our StazOn. But right now we're going to be using our Memento Black. Since this is a big stamp, I like to turn over and ink this way. I just find it a lot easier and I can see where all the coverage is. Really making sure I get it all. I just put some more ink on this because you really want to give it that dark tone color. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's slanted or not correct. I'm just going to push down and lift up. And I'm going to go ahead and get my Stampin' Chamois right here and clean this off. You will have a little bit of a stain of black on here, but that's not going to matter. It won't hinder when you stamp it again if you use it a different color. This time, I'm not going to color in the, I'm going to say the husband and wife or the boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not going to color them in, but I'm going to go ahead and just color in the sleigh and the horse. And I'm going to be using the stamping blends. So here I have my boho blue, dark and light, and I'm going to be using that for the sleigh as well as the harness. And then I have my light pebble path that is going to make the mane. It's a little different from the other one. Color the mane in. And then this is the 300 one of our medium light toned markers. And I'm going to be coloring the horse with this one. So let's go ahead and start with the sleigh. Okay, so we have a brush tip, remember, and then we've got our fine tip. We're going to be using our brush tip, and I'm going to just go ahead and start coloring in. You want to saturate the paper, and you'll notice I'm just going in lines. You could go in a circular motion if you wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and just color it in. Here we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is use the dark to give it some shadowing. So I would like to see a little bit more dark down here, along here, and probably along here. Okay, so it's a little bit darker there and there. And then if you want to, because I want to blend the dark with the light, I'm gonna go ahead and just go over where I colored with the dark to blend. So there you can tell, you still see the shadowing a little bit. You can still see that, and I really like that effect. Now, we also have, which is really nice, is this color lifter. And if you want to lighten anything that you've colored, I'm gonna go ahead and just lighten the middle area right about here. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna go ahead and color in the horse. So then what I'm going to use is the light pebbled path Stampin' Blend, and I'm gonna go ahead and color his mane. I'm gonna go ahead and use the light boho blue. I'm gonna be using the fine tip and just color in there, color here, that part, and there, and here, okay? And then I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. This, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the Wink of Stella. So we have this like this. So what do we think? If I wanted to shadow a little bit of the hair with the pebbled path, I could down below. We could do that as well as right through here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our die and we're gonna cut this out, and then I'm going to fussy cut the passengers, okay? So I'm gonna be using my mini emboss and cut machine, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow my directions. I love that it tells you exactly how to use this machine. So here's the #1 platform. So you do this, you lay that down, and then you lay down a piece, the second #2 plastic platform, and then you're going to lay down your image that you want to cut out, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the die over the horse and sleigh. I'm just making sure I have it all correctly put together. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay that there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and run this through. And we will take off, and you will see you'll have some little leftover pieces here. And let's take off the die. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut. This is how I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut along just the edge of the sleigh. Okay, and I'm just gonna cut them out. And I'm also going to cut the reins right around by the mane. Now, all we have is the horse and the sleigh. So we're gonna add some fun pieces that come in the die set. We have a trim for the top of the sleigh as well as for the rudder. Okay, so I'm gonna do those and show you those. And what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna add to the edge right here. There you go. And so you have the edge of the sleigh. There we go, on there. I think it's so cute. It just gives it a little bit of a little more design to the sleigh. So we're gonna go ahead and add some glue. And then what I can do is just trim right around here. Okay, and then down here this is gonna go over the rudder. Okay, so here we go. So isn't that cute? It just shows, just gives it a little bit more fun to the card, a little more bling. So we have this design. Let's see how we like it. And then we have this design. Oh, I think I like this one. We're gonna go ahead and use our dimensionals and put this one down. I might put this, actually before I do that, let's try something. But I did cut out some of the snowbank, which you could lay. Actually, we're gonna probably put dimensionals, but I did it in basic white. If I wanted to, I could probably sponge it a little bit in boho blue to give it some depth. But I also did it, and this is part of that pack of paper. Here's the one, it's Lost Lagoon. It has Lost Lagoon in it. It's really pretty. You can see the snowflakes. And then this one has silver. It's white and silver. And I think what we'll do is use the white and the silver. So I have two pieces. So I think that looks cute. Okay, so I've already taken off my dimensionals. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and put our horse and sleigh. There we go. So you can see that we've got the snowdrift, has a little bling on it, and then we've also put some bling on the sleigh itself, and we've also done the week of Stella. So it really is coming together. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on to the back. If I wanted to, again, I did some more pieces. Did the trees in the same different foil. So I could add some trees to it if I wanted to. I could add a tree here like this. I could add a white one like that just to give it a little bit more. That would be cute. So let's go ahead. I think, sure, why not, right? How cute is that? I think that's so adorable. So on our last card, I showed you that we did the sentiment with our deckled rectangle dies. So I stamped the wishing you a season of cheer, but I think we're gonna do something a little different. Let's look at the sentiments. I have the wishing you seasons of cheer, but that could be on the inside if I wanted to, or let's see if we can find something else we like. Sending warmth your way. I think that would be cute. Sending warmth your way. But I'm gonna stamp it and then I'm going to fussy cut it out. All I did was lay down with the flat part of the stamp and then pushed my acrylic block on here. So I'm gonna get a scrap piece of white and I'm going to use our Misty Moonlight and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it. Here we go. And your fussy cutting, what you want to do is you want to start and you're going to let the scissors move. Okay? So here I am just moving the paper and just cutting around with the scissors. Go all the way around. All right, so let's see how that looks. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it right here. And this time I am gonna use my mini dimensionals. Again, you use every little piece of that. I cut along right here. So if I just need a half of the mini dimensional, I have the halves right here. So I will probably put a few right here. And then I might be able to stick one more right there. Sending warmth your way. There we go. There's that one. And on the inside, I would probably just stamp wishing you a season of cheer. But I think I like that you can just cut off the couple that was in there and just have the horse and sleigh. All right, last one, we're just going to use up some of the other pieces that I cut. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and glue it on my last card front. We could just use one snowdrift here if we wanted to, or we can build it up. So you can tell, if you can see, that it's popped up, okay? And then I have these trees left over. So you can have one that's going in the background. So I might put one here, and then I might put another one. Actually, I'm gonna put this one in the middle. Put this one there. And this one up a little bit higher, sort of stacking them, okay? So again, we're gonna go ahead and glue them down. So there we have our trees, and you can see some of the branches that are sticking up a little bit. I like that, it just gives it a little more depth. And then we want something for the sentiment. I could leave it just the way it is and just have the sentiment inside. I think that's really pretty. I could add a bow if I wanted to, right here to the trees. But I just think I'm going to use the Wishing You Season of Cheer, and I'm going to fussy cut this one out as well. I'm trying to decide if I want to just cut it square, and I could probably round it. Let me show you that real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down. First of all, I need to make these straight. Edges straight, okay. And then turn it over to this edge. There we go, cut it there. All right, now it's straight, then it'll be easier to cut. And I really just want to leave a little bit of a border. So I'm cutting it close. And I'm going to turn it around again. And I'm really not going to cut much off of this one. I don't want to cut off. There we go. And what you can do if you want to is you can just trim a piece, cut around. Okay, and so you just cut off the corner and round it. So just cut off a piece of the corner and round it. Then you can trim it up if you don't like it. I'm gonna try this one. Do this one like so. All right, and then I've got this one that I will cut just like so. Okay. It doesn't have to be the best, but at least now what you can see is that we've rounded it. I'm going to glue it, and I can glue it here. I can actually glue it between. I can put it up here if I want to make it the focal point. Actually, I sort of like it right there. Season of Cheer. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. I really like that. And like we did on the first card, I'm going to go ahead again and just use the Wink of Stella. And this is almost like watercoloring it, so it's going to give a little, so you can see it has a little bit of shadowing. But I sort of like that. I could add embellishments if I wanted to, but I just wanted to show the technique. Okay, so we are all finished. So here's the one we just finished. The Season of Cheer. That's this one. And then our other card. You have to tell me in the comments which one you liked best. This is one. And then the last one is this one. And the other cards I'm going to bring in and show you. Remember using our Joy of Christmas. I really love these. I think they're just so adorable. They're just nice and bright. They have all the fun, bright colors in them. Here's the next one. That melon mambo and granny apple green foil is just so yummy. And then this one. Okay. These stack and cut cards are actually the same way I did it, but these are going vertical. And then we have these that are going horizontal. Okay, everyone. Well, I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for watching. And you can follow me at Lizzie Stamps on Instagram. And also my Facebook page is at Lizzie Stamps at Stampin' Up. So thanks again. Happy stamping.